Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another brand new Total Extreme Wrestling video. This is the build to WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania started a while ago technically, but the final stop has been done. Elimination Chamber. If you missed it, go and watch it right now. It should have popped up like here at some, here at some point. So yeah, go and watch that if you've missed it. That drops on the channel on Sunday. Give it a like, give it a comment, and come back here and we will get going with the build. Week 1 of the month, WrestleMania comes in 4 weeks time. 4 weeks from the Sunday just gone, you will see WrestleMania 37, the final bit of the save. It's going to be big, but let's start with Monday Night Raw. Let's start with the Hurt Business. Let's give it. Let's go. Let go. Let go. Stop it. Stop. Nobody wants to buy toys. Stop it. Right, Monday Night Raw this week kicks off with the Hurt Business in the ring. MVP on the microphone introducing the newest member of the Hurt Business, your new United States champion, Keith Lee. Now, Lee comes out, suit on, championship round his waist, smug smile plastered across his lips. He is very, very pleased. He comes down to the ring and the 4 of them are in the ring, all in their suits, all in a line. MVP gets on the mic and does the talking here and says, look, Keith Lee is a man that has tried to do it your way, but then he realised he's not going to make any money your way. He's not going to win the championships your way. He has to do it his way. He has to do it the Hurt Business's way. I'm so happy to say that Keith Lee is part of this group, this rising, this monstrosity that's going to take control of Monday Night Raw. We've already got the Raw Tag Team titles. We've got the United States Championship. But before MVP can go any further, the music of Drew McIntyre hits and Drew comes down without a microphone, ready to fight. But you got to remember, there's Lashley in there, there's Priest in there, and there's Keith Lee in there. McIntyre enters the ring and immediately is jumped by the Hurt Business, who are putting the boots to Drew McIntyre when Christian comes running out with a microphone. Stop. The Hurt Business do stop. They leave the ring. Drew McIntyre is sort of hurt. You can see he's hurt, but he's getting up. The Hurt Business are on the sort of stage area with Christian, and Christian says, you guys want to fight? Fine, let's fight. Tonight, in the main event, it is going to be Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. 73 for the original segment, and there's the confirmation. It's Drew and Bobby. 3 days ago, they were doing it at WrestleMania. 3 days if you're watching the YouTube video when it comes out. We're doing it tonight. We're doing it, not just for the clickbait, mainly for the clickbait. Moving on. Right, it's also announced, Christian says, and that's not all, because at WrestleMania, Drew will get his title shot. That's right, confirm it right here, right now. At WrestleMania, it is going to be Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee. Those are the matches already confirmed, as we found out at the Elimination Chamber, but we're going to do it for the United States Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee. Confirmed and booked for WrestleMania. Bish, bash, bosh. Right, pretty good. Right, let's move on. So we did the first of 4 tag matches tonight, and this is a very good match. The Psycho Killers really got off that name, but we're going to stick with it. Daniel Bryan and Tommaso Ciampa defeat AOP here. 68 from Ciampa, 83 from Bryan, really good. Rezar, 61, 59 for Aiken, but a win for the babyface team here. They got time and they did the business. 77, good stuff. As I say, the first of 4, all will be revealed soon enough. Bryan and Ciampa was celebrating when we go backstage, and you can see on the monitor, Priest and Lashley were watching. Over comes Charlie Caruso or whoever it is, saying, well, what do you guys make of that? What do you guys make of potentially facing them for the tag team titles? Priest and Lashley just look at the interview and go, come on, and walk away, really clearly not believing that Bryan and Ciampa are a threat to them. 72, pretty good stuff. Okay, AJ Styles got a promo on Aleister Black for 70. He says, you know what? Aleister Black he's done a lot of things in this company, and people are making out like he's better than me, like I should be scared of Aleister Black. Well, do they know who I am? I am the WWE champion. I am the phenomenal one. I'm the one that defeated Sammy Guevara last night. I am AJ Styles. And no goth wannabe can change that. Harsh words from AJ Styles on Aleister Black there, 70. Okay, Charlotte Flair with an action for an 80 rated match against Ember Moon. Charlotte Flair with the 80. Great chemistry, and it worked. Brilliant match, this. This is so much better than I ever thought it would be. 12 minutes is what it got. Charlotte makes Ember Moon tap with a figure 4. A win for the Raw Women's Champion going forward into WrestleMania. Simple stuff for Raw, but a good match nonetheless. I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased. Post-match, the music of Becky Lynch hits and she comes out onto the stage. She says, hey, you can come. I'm not here to fight you. I know I'm getting my shot at WrestleMania where I am going to destroy you. But the thing is, Charlotte, I feel like we've been here before. I feel like we've done this before, because we have. Every time I try and breathe, you and your Barbie look-alike hair are right there. Charlotte Flair gets on the mic and says, oh, hang on, stop right there. Every time I try and have success, you are right there. I am the Raw Women's Champion. Obviously, she only won it because she attacked Becky. Becky points that out quite clearly. And Becky says, look, the reason I'm out here is because I don't want to have to keep doing this anymore. So I'm going to put this challenge out to you. The truth is, this company is not big enough for the both of us. So at WrestleMania, the winner of the match will walk away with the Raw Women's Championship. The winner of the match will be the best competitor in the ring. But the loser has to leave the WWE. Becky with a challenge. Charlotte Flair agrees. 86 for the segment. Wow. And that's booked. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, loser leaves WWE for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Huge stakes. Huge. Okay, moving on. Andrade defeated Gran Metalik in 4 minutes for a 74. Needed to get Andrade a win back. Smashes up Gran Metalik. 85 from him. 52 from Gran Metalik. You'll see a storyline that's starting there. We will get to that right now, actually, because post-match, Andrade frustrated and furious that he's not in the WWE Championship picture at WrestleMania. Somehow he's gone from winning the championship to being not even on the card right now. And he's not happy, so he is destroying Gran Metalik when out comes Braun Strowman for the save. A 67 rated segment. Wow, Gran Metalik did not help the situation there, did he? God. Braun comes out, runs off Andrade. Quite simple storytelling, but we put in Andrade and Braun Strowman in the same segment together here for a reason. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, second tag match tonight, and The Miz and Morrison pick up a very good victory over Apollo Crews and Cedric Alexander for 76. Really good stuff. The Miz carried it with a 74, 64 from John Morrison, 56 apiece for the baby faces. Yeah, again, can't complain. At 19 minutes, the Raw Tag Division is a real strength for the brand right now. And as such, I am hoping to use it tonight. That's the idea. 76, really good stuff. Andrade cut a promo on Braun Strowman for 68. Not great, actually. So this storyline has not got off to a good start. Talking about how Braun needs to stay in his lane. Constantly for recently, Braun Strowman has been getting in Andrade's business. The Elimination Chamber is the biggest example of that. That lummox shouldn't have even been in there. Maybe if he wasn't, Andrade may be your WWE champion. Andrade says, Braun Strowman, I'm done with you. A little bit of a play on Braun and Roman there. 68. Right, moving on. Okay, third tag match of the night. New Day defeat Theory and Garza for 81. Fabulous match here. Kofi the best, 76. 65 from Woods. 62 and 63 for Garza. And Theory, really good match. A really, 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 really good match. And the New Day get a win. So a win for Bryan and Ciampa, a win for Miz and Morrison, and a win here for Kofi and Woods. Interesting. Good stuff. Okay, next week then it's announced we're going to be seeing Aleister Black in action. He's going to be taking on Sami Zayn. Black and Zayn one-on-one next week here on Monday Night Raw. But that is not all. We can confirm it's going to be Keith Lee against Sammy Guevara. Keith Lee's first match as a heel against Sammy Guevara next week. That could be good. Okay, speaking of Aleister Black, he was in action here against Riddick Moss for a 69. He couldn't quite carry Riddick Moss to anything particularly good, but it's just a squash match. 2 minutes. Aleister Black wins. Post-match, out comes AJ Styles. He knows his opponent for WrestleMania and he wants to get the jump on him. He comes out looking to attack, and as he gets in the ring behind Aleister Black, who we feel like has no idea he's there, he's not facing him. It doesn't look like Aleister Black sees it come in, but the lights go out. The lights come back on and AJ Styles is alone in the ring. Aleister Black definitely saw it come in, and it didn't go well for AJ. That did not go well. 81 for this segment, pretty good. Okay, final tag match of the night in terms of this, a fourth tag match, and the Artist Collective, that's Cesaro and Elias, defeat Sammy Guevara and Rey Mysterio here. I thought they'd go well together as a team, and maybe they will going forward. But yeah, good match here for 77. Really good match again. 67 from Elias, 71 from Cesaro, 68 from Sammy Guevara, 62 from Rey Mysterio. So that's 4 teams with 4 big victories. And one person who's noticed is Christian, we sort of go backstage to him and he's on the tron. He says, 4 great tag victories tonight, and you know what, 4 fantastic tag teams, but I want to know who can be the best. So next week we're going to have a fatal 4-way tag team match. It's Bryan and Ciampa against the New Day, against Miz and Morrison, against the Artist Collective, and the winner of that tag team match, the winner of that tag team war, will get a tag team championship opportunity at WrestleMania. Big time match for Monday Night Raw that next week. That is huge. Okay. From there, we went to Shayna Baszler defeating Liv Morgan for a 73. Another good match tonight. Very good. 74 from Shayna. Just wanted to get her a win. There was a bit of time on the card to do so. So we did that. That's fine. Okay, Andrade and Braun Strowman had a backstage angle for 67. This is not really working that well so far. That's a disappointment. Andrade has attacked Braun Strowman backstage. We go backstage with Andrade attacking Braun with a steel pipe, and he quite clearly attacks the arm, and we do a little bit of a stunt, and it seems as though Braun Strowman has a broken arm. It seems as though, anyway. I don't know if we can get away with a broken arm as much because of WrestleMania being 4 weeks away, but it's an excuse to have Braun wearing a cast for a few weeks. It's going to be the idea, yeah. Backstage attack, Andrade. Now these two seem to be set to go to war. Okay, main event then, and what a main event that is. An 86. So good, it nearly killed me. 86. I don't know if that is better than the WrestleMania match, because I'm recording this a few days before WrestleMania on the stream. But if it was, genius. Drew McIntyre defeats Bobby Lashley inside 15 minutes. 84 from Drew, Bobby Lashley 75, an 86 rated Raw main event. That's fantastic. That is very, very, very good. Wow. Post-match, Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee go face-to-face in the ring for a 78. No brawling here. We can get to that later, but I just wanted a face-to-face between two big stars, because we know they're going to go at it at WrestleMania. Let's see what that's done then. This could be a great show. This should be a great show. And it is. An 85 rated Monday Night Raw. Wow. What a main event. Main event was great, but not just that. Building the show around these tag matches really helped us. 77 there, 81, 76. Earlier, you had an 80 rated Charlotte Flair, Ember Moon, and a 77 there. The matches killed it. I'm so happy. Let's see if the rest of the episode can hold up to that. Main event this week kicks off with KO, Kevin Owens, for a 68 rated promo. He's in the opening match tonight. It's a chat requested match in a way. So the chat requested Epico versus Big Show. So I'm giving you Epico versus Big Show versus Kevin Owens, because then he did a point to it. 58, Jesus Christ. Epico put in a 41. Kevin Owens still put in a 75 on main event. My hero. 61 from the Big Show. KO wins. I imagine if I messed that up, an Epico pinned Kevin Owens, I would have been fuming. Moving on. Sasha Banks got a promo on Tessa Blanchard for 70, blaming her for the defeat at the Elimination Chamber. And it's announced that this week on Smackdown, that's right, I said this week, Sasha versus Tessa Blanchard this week. You are damn right. I'm doing it this week. Mad. Right, moving on. Asuka was in action. She lost to Tessa on Sunday. She defeated Nia Jax here for 56. This isn't great. I'm going to move on quickly. Drew McIntyre got a promo on Keith Lee for 67. Again, not great from Drew there. A bit weird. And Tessa got a promo on Sasha Banks for 63 to hype their matchup. And then the main event, Randy Orton got a promo on Apollo Crews on his way to the ring for 72. Good promo from him. Orton and Apollo then gets a 76. Good match. 76 from Orton. Carried it. Yeah, pretty good stuff. And that is a 73 rated main event. Fine. It's got Epico in it. Fine. NXT this week kicks off the promo from the Rascals. We're opening up with the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. It is going to be the Rascals versus the Undisputed Era in the opening match here. 61 for the promo, not bad. The match itself, and the winner goes on to the semi-final in 2 weeks' time. And the winner is the Rascals with a 79 rated match. Holy Jesus. What the hell? 74 from Desmond Xavier, 53 from Trey Miguel, 67 and 68 for the heels. That's fine. The Rascals win. They're through. Where's the 679 come from? That's fantastic for these guys. Fantastic. Right, Adam Cole got a promo on Finn Balor for 73, hyping up the match that they've got at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, which is going to be the official naming game. That's fine, 73. Cole was in action against Zach Gibson for a 74. Adam Cole with an 83. Zach Gibson, 65. Two of the biggest loudmouths in NXT history. I feel like they'd have a great match together. Adam Cole gets the win. Good stuff. Post-match, though, he's attacked by Finn Balor, and not just an attack. This is a vicious attack. This is a desperate attack from Finn Balor, because he knows Adam Cole is the biggest threat to his championship reign. So, Finn Balor, he Pillmanizes him, is basically what I want to do here. Adam Cole is Pillmanized by Finn Balor, and I want Adam Cole to go off on a stretcher. That does sound sadistic, as was told to me, but Adam Cole, I want you on a stretcher tonight. That's worse. Moving on. Right, Cameron Grimes and Tyler Breeze are set for action when Grimes pulls out some money. He offers to pay Tyler Breeze to take the loss, to lay down. Tyler Breeze kicks the money out of his hands. Not going to happen. The match itself, though, a 73, really good. Cameron Grimes get the win over Tyler Breeze. Good stuff, 73. 66 from Grimes, 59 from Tyler Breeze. I'm actually really pleased with that. Pretty good, pretty damn good. Pete Dunne cut a promo hyping up his upcoming match with Matt Riddle for a 70. That's pretty good. There's no match with Matt Riddle. I read that on autopilot, to be honest with you. Pete Dunne got a promo on Matt Riddle just saying how Matt Riddle got in his way last week. He didn't want the help. He didn't need the help. He's the North American champion. He did that on his own. And just teasing that there's issues between the two. We'll pick up on that later. Okay, good win here for Crazy Mary Dobson for a 43. That's fine, to be honest with you, for 2 minutes. And a good win. Afterwards, she gets on the mic and talks about her mission statement, really. She talks about Tegan Knox. She's talking about wanting a shot at the championship, because the truth is, the NXT Women's Division has been a big part of the women's revolution. The NXT Women's Division has been here to entertain, to put on fantastic wrestling matches, but that's not what Crazy Mary Dobson is about. Crazy Mary Dobson is about one thing: carnage. Crazy Mary Dobson is here to create carnage, destroy everything, and that is including the NXT Women's Division. 48, that's fine as well. Right, the North got a promo on the Rascals for 59. They say if the Rascals are the team that wins the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the North have got an easy night on their hands. The North were in action against Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan for 55. Pretty good. Josh Alexander put in a 70, by the way. That guy is... well done him. Well done him. Okay, we went backstage where there's a bit of a commotion, and it seems that there's a fight, and there is a fight between Matt Riddle and Pentagon Jr. They are fighting around the backstage area. Matt Riddle kind of cost Pentagon Jr. the North American Championship in a way last week, and Pentagon Jr. is not taking it lying down. These two brawling around the ringside. They're split up by referees, and then after the break, it's announced next week we're going to see it. Matt Riddle, Pentagon Jr. one-on-one in the NXT main event next week. Big matchup, that. Wow, big match. That's not all, though. We're also going to see Lince Dorado. I didn't mean to put Santos Escobar. It's going to be Lince Dorado against Bandido. Ignore that. Bandido. We're going to do Lince Dorado against Bandido. A double pin last week between the two of them. We need to find a winner. So next week, they're going to go at it again. And it's going to be no disqualifications. Okay, let's see what happens. And finally, next week, we're also going to see this. Finn Balor taking on Ivar. I think they'd have a good match. Let's see if they do it, shall we? Right, it's time to get towards the main event. And the main event gets us an 82. There's a reason this was the main event, and that reason is called Jonathan Takeover Gargano, because wow, what a man. And as you can see, a bit of a shock here. Former NXT Tag Team titles, Big Beefy Boys lose in the semi-final to Gargano and Loomis. So our Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic final is set. It's Gargano and Loomis against the Rascals. Could be a hell of a match. Gargano put in an 88, by the way. Jesus. 82, really good stuff. Great way to end the show. Gives us a 78 rated NXT. That is how it's done. Nothing else I need to say about that. That's brilliant. Okay, NXT UK kicks off with the NXT United Kingdom champion. Volta is in the ring. He is looking cool. He is looking confident. He is your champion. He's been your champion for a long time. And at the moment, what he's looking for is a challenger. So out comes that challenger, the Ojmo. The Ojmo comes out, stands on the stage and says, you know what? You've beaten them all, but you haven't beaten me. Last week, I made a statement. Chris Brooks, I beat him. I have been the hottest rising star on this brand for months. I don't want to be the rising star. I want to be the star. I want to be the top man, and that means I have to go through you. Volta and Ojmo come face to face in the ring. Volta just goes, like that. Walks away. That's all we do with these two for the moment. We set something up for later. But yeah, let's put these two into the same picture together, shall we? 64 though, really good segment. Tyler Bate cut a promo on the Ojmo just afterwards. 64. Bate's in the opener tonight. And Bates asked about the Ojmo potentially being a challenger. And Tyler Bate says, well, yeah, he is, but so am I. I'm not done with Volta. I'm not done with the NXT UK Championship. And the Ojmo needs to understand that. So a little bit of a message. And that's right, we are going to be doing this match. We'll announce it later, but we are going to do it. Right, the opening match then for 59. Pretty good for NXT UK. Tyler Bate defeated Danny Jones in about 12 minutes. 62 from Bate, 33 from Danny Jones. Yeah, that was pretty good though. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Afterwards, there it is then, the announcement. Next week in your main event, it is for the #1 contendership. The winner of this one will get an NXT United Kingdom Championship opportunity at NXT UK Prelude, because we may as well use that. The Ojmo versus Tyler Bate. This should be big time. Should be a good match, hopefully, next week. Okay then, we'll move on because Xia Brookside got a promo on Kaylee Ray for 38. We know Xia's got an NXT UK women's opportunity soon. We don't know when, but soon. And yeah, cuts a promo on her here. Xia was in action, teaming with Toni Storm against Piper Niven and Ginny, which gets us a 44. This is pretty good for the NXT Women's Division, NXT UK Women's Division in particular. Xia Brookside 35, not bad. Toni the best for the 44, which is what you'd expect. The heels did okay. And Xia Brookside picks up another victory. She's on a roll. She pins Piper Niven this week. Really, really good stuff. As she's celebrating, out comes the NXT UK Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. They go face to face. Kaylee Ray lifts up her belt, and as she does that on the Tron, it changes and it's announced that at NXT UK Prelude, we will see Kaylee Ray take on Xia Brookside for the NXT United Kingdom Women's Championship. That should be a big, big match. That's 2 huge matches announced for that show. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Right. It's also announced that next week Kaylee Ray will be taking on Chardonnay. Chardonnay will be debuting in NXT UK. I've had her signed for a while. I've never really used that. I figured this was a good spot. Kaylee Ray in action next week on NXT UK. That's not all though, because next week we'll also see this tag team matchup. It's Killian Dane and Naked teaming up against 2 members of Imperium, Fabian Eichner and Alexander Wolf. That's right, Killian Dane and Wolf on opposite sides. That's going to be interesting next week on NXT UK. And then the main event tonight then, which was for the NXT UK tag team titles. And as you can see, in a cage match, I can't remember what gimmick we said, so I made it a cage match instead. A brilliant win for the Prestige. The prestigious powerbomb, which is the joint finisher we're giving them, because why not? Joe Hendry pins Mark Andrews, 4th defense of the title. Good main event, 59. Really good for the tag division. And the Prestige get the victory. That gives us a 58 rated NXT UK. Solid. Very solid. And I'm very pleased with that. Okay, this week Smackdown kicks off with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. He's there with the Bloodline by his side, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, and he is not happy. He is very unhappy about what happened at the Elimination Chamber, where Roman Reigns was eliminated by the Intercontinental Champion Ricochet. Reigns gets on the mic and he talks about how Ricochet took something from him. So Roman Reigns is going to take something from Ricochet, that Intercontinental Championship. He calls out Ricochet and says, get out here because I've got a challenge. Ricochet comes out. Alongside him is Mustafa Ali, his tag team partner for the Ring Workers. And Roman Reigns says it's quite simple. Me and you for that at WrestleMania. Ricochet looks at Roman Reigns and says, of course I accept, because I don't back down from a challenge. I'm not scared of you or you or you. Tribal Chief, more like tribal loser. That's what I'm thinking, because that's what you're going to be at WrestleMania, the loser. Now at this point, Jey Uso has lost his temper, like he does in real life in the storylines. What I'm thinking, but the little bit of a pitbull type thing where he gets in Ricochet's face. He says, no, you don't disrespect the Tribal Chief like that. And Jey Uso puts out the challenge. Tonight he wants Ricochet. The match is made for the main event. Good segment though to open up. 82, really good. There's the confirmation. We're going to see Roman Reigns and Ricochet at WrestleMania. That should be very, very good. We should in fact book that in for WrestleMania, shouldn't we? Alongside these other matches we have already booked. Let's get that one there too. And confirm for WrestleMania, Roman Reigns and Ricochet will go at it for the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, moving on. Tessa Blanchard got a promo on Sasha Banks ahead of that matchup, which is happening tonight. A huge matchup for SmackDown, really. WrestleMania type matchup. We're not doing it at WrestleMania. I've got crazier plans than that for the title, so let's see what happens. 71. The match itself then gets us a 72. Very good considering you've got Banks at 64, Blanchard at 62. Really good match. And the heel gets the victory using the ropes for leverage, cheats to beat the former champion. Big win and the first SmackDown appearance of the heel, so that's really good. Big E got a promo on Bray Wyatt for 70. He says, this monster, this lunatic is the person that stands in my way again. Stands in the way of my WrestleMania moment. Well, let me take you back to TLC when I found the monster's weakness. I found a weakness of the monster, and that weakness is the curdle of the steel chair. So at WrestleMania, let's see what happens, shall we? Big E looking confident, actually. It's very rare that somebody's confident when it comes to Bray Wyatt, but Big E very much is. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're onto a tag team action here for 71. This is really good as well. The Street Profits got the win over the Leviathans, which is Sheamus and King Corbin for anyone confused. Best of the lot was actually Montez Ford with 65. That's pretty good, but we boost to 71. And the Street Profits with a big win here. Huge win. Afterwards, they get on the mic and they make it clear what they want. They point to the WrestleMania sign and they say it's about time the Street Profits had some tag team titles again. That's right, we're building it up. Street Profits and the Usos. 70 rated segment, really good actually. Randy Orton could have promo on Bray Wyatt for 74. Orton is asked about what he's going to be doing at WrestleMania, and Orton takes offense to the fact that Bray Wyatt, that freak, is in the WrestleMania main event and not Randy Orton. It ain't right. It's a disaster, let's say, Orton says. 74, it's going to build into something later, so that's fine. Okay, 6-woman tag action here for 68. This is actually really good as well. Rhea Ripley, Asuka and Bianca Belair get the victory over Io Shirai, Carmella and the women's champion Sonya Deville. Sonya didn't take the pin. That was Carmella. Bianca got the pin actually as well, which is pretty good. 67 from Asuka and 67 from Sonya, the best of the lot. But apart from that, this is all really good stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And there's a lot of stacked talent in this division. A lot. Post-match, it turns into a giant brawl. All 6 women involved here, but also we'll add Tessa Blanchard and we'll add Sasha Banks into it. And you're starting to see what could be happening at WrestleMania, right? You can see it. Massive brawl here. The person who escapes is Sonya Deville with her championship on the stage, looking at the mayhem as everyone is brawling and thinking, damn, that's a lot of challengers. Right, 69, pretty good stuff. Right, Bray Wyatt had a Firefly Funhouse segment on Big E for 69, talking about how he's back better than ever. No steel chair can stop him. It's impossible. Now, also, let me just talk about Randall. Now, Randall, we've been friends, we've been enemies, but he has never liked you. He does not like you. And Bray Wyatt says Randy Orton will be dealt with. What does that mean exactly? Well, we'll find out soon enough. But how about this? 82 rated match here. Seth Rollins and Chad Gable only gave them 6 minutes and they smashed out an 82. Can't explain it, won't explain it. It's a really good win for Seth. These two didn't have much going on this week, so thought put them together, see if they had a good match, and they did. Good stuff. Right, Roman Reigns then is in action next week. It's announced Reigns will be taking on Ali. That's Ricochet's tag team partner Mustafa Ali and Roman Reigns next week on Smackdown. But that is not all. No, it is not, because we hinted earlier, next week we will see Bray Wyatt in action on SmackDown. That's right, Bray Wyatt in action on SmackDown, not The Fiend. I'm thinking we have Firefly Funhouse Bray in action against Randy Orton. That could be something very, very good next week. Very good. Okay, that's not all though, because the Women's Tag Team Championships are going to be in action next week. Value are cashing in their rematch, and they've got the rematch against Ripley and Bianca Belair next week. Right, it's about time that we got towards the main event, and it did very, very well. An 81 rated match from Ricochet and Jey Uso here. Ricochet getting the win over Uso, no surprise there. Standing shooting star press did the business, but the finish comes around Roman Reigns getting frustrated at Ricochet doing well at ringside, trying to get involved, trying to come in the ring to hit a spear as the referee's down, but instead he spears Jey Uso. Ricochet gets the win from there. 81, good stuff. Ricochet 86, 74 for Jey Uso. Post-match though, yeah, the Bloodline get what they want. Ali's involved in it as well, but a 3-on-2, the numbers are on the heel side, and Ricochet in particular takes a big beat in here, and the Bloodline stand tall. Next week then, Ali and Reigns will continue this storyline. 81 though, good stuff. That gives us an 80 rated SmackDown. Very good, very good. You notice only 5 matches. Only 5 matches. We gave it time, apart from Seth and Gable, which was the best one, ironically. But yeah, very, very good. And a huge week next week in a lot of ways. You got the women's tag titles on the line. You got Reigns and Ali, and you got Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. I am looking forward to that. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of your episode. That's the end of a big week. The first week of the WrestleMania 37 build. This should be, hopefully, a good pay-per-view. Hopefully a good pay-per-view because it's the last main roster pay-per-view. We're also continuing NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver build, as well as that build to NXT UK Prelude. We're building up to 3 big shows all in 1 week, and I am hoping it works out. Right. I did say it's going to be the end of the save at WrestleMania. We all know that. So here's the video again. If you've seen it, you can skip past it. If you haven't seen it and you haven't voted, here it is. Vote on my next save. Please do. If you like this video, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel for more and more and more. We've hit 250 subscribers, by the way, this week. Well, the weekend. 250 subscribers. Thank you very much. This channel will not be stopping anytime soon. Don't you worry about that. Peace. So, as many people may know, this save is only going until WrestleMania, which means we have to start looking ahead. And when I look ahead, I'm going to give you 3 options. 3 options. I've narrowed it down to 3 options, 3 saves I'd like to play. So you guys get to choose what we do next. There will be a poll in the description below. And here are your options. Right, number 1 is the WWF, or it will be WWE, which is what I'd call them, from 1993, and in specific, the first ever Monday Night Raw. We're going to kick off the Monday Night Raw. We're going to turn it into what we want it to be, and it's quite an interesting landscape at the time, because it's January 1993, which means the Nature Boy Ric Flair is still in the company. I'd love to try and get him to stay if we do this save. You got Mr. Perfect. You got Bret Hart as WWE Champion. You've got Razor Ramon coming up. Taker's there. Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan are still there. Shawn Michaels is on the rise. Marty Jannetty's still there. We could actually do something with him rather than letting him fall by the wayside, potentially, depending on drugs, obviously. But there is a lot of potential with this save. We take it forward and see what difference we do. There's Yokozuna as well. Forgot about Yokozuna. So there's a lot to do, and a new television empire was born with Monday Night Raw. How different could we make it? That is option number 1. Now, option number 2 is a different company. It's WCW 1995, and in specific, like I said again, the first Monday Nitro. I really am intrigued by a WCW save, because I've never been a big fan of WCW, in the sense of I've never watched enough of it. So it's completely new ground for me. It's a clean slate. So WCW 1995 could be very, very, very interesting as we take the fight to the WWF or the WWE, and we see if we can make WCW the #1 company in the world, similar to what they did. But can we do it, and can we sustain it? It's potentially an amazing save to do. So if WCW is your thing, vote for number 2. And finally, option number 3 is the most modern option of the lot. It comes from 2010, so still 10 years ago. But we're looking at TNA. Now, TNA, there's a lot of memes about TNA. But at this point, this particular point, it's January 2010, and it looked like TNA were about to have a new start. They had Hulk Hogan coming in, they had Eric Bischoff coming in, and they'd moved to Monday nights. They were going in competition with Monday Night Raw. That sounds scary already. But there's so much to like about this TNA roster at the time. You've got AJ Styles, you've got Bobby Lashley, you've got Samoa Joe in there, Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns. There's a lot to like about the roster, and potentially you could turn them into something amazing. It's a different set than I've ever done. It's the most modern one. It's intriguing, though. It is very, very intriguing. So that's your option number 3. Make sure you do vote, and yeah, I will probably drop this in every video now until WrestleMania. So, yeah, I'm going to make sure you vote, because the next save is going to be hugely important.